Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect out there. Shalom to you all. We're doing another video. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, If the King of Babylon Knew He Would Not Back Up the Jays. And you know what I mean by the Jays? So there was a video, I saw the video yesterday where Joe Biden, the current president of the corporate U.S., it was a press conference, and he said they was asking him about this situation with the imminent attack of Iran on Israel, and because of the retaliating against the attack. I believe they made an attack on an embassy in Iran in Syria. And Syria is mentioned in the Bible. Lebanon. I was reading in Deuteronomy chapter 3 when the Most High told Moses that he let him see the land, the promised land, and he let him see Lebanon. And Moses said, "Oh, Lebanon is a beautiful place." He said, "Well, you can see it, but you ain't going there, and don't ask me no more." The Lord said, "You ain't going, and don't ask me no more. Look, just talk to Joshua and get him propped up, because he's gonna take your position. That's your punishment." So ultimately, oh, by the way, Moses didn't go to hell. See, Moses sinned by when he hit the rock, and he gave credit to himself. That was a sin. So the punishment was, the punishment fits a crime. The punishment was, which is a harsh punishment, man. He saw how beautiful the land was, and he said, "You see that? Look at it, nice one. That's the land. That's your land. As I said, that land right there, Canaan. That's the land, but you ain't going." No, I don't know if Moses, Masha, understood reincarnation. I mean, it's in the law, and he probably did. See, the Israelites back then, they didn't know a lot of things. See, we know a lot, like the prophets. I always say this: the prophets received these prophecies, saw these visions, and wrote them down, got sick, got messed up by it, wondering what it meant. The angel broke it down to them. They still couldn't understand it. So we here, which are the prophets coming back, we say, well, what Daniel saw, that's what this means. It means A, B, and C. What John on the Isle of Patmos saw, this means this, and that means that. We know everything about the book of Revelation. Every solitary word we know. Okay, there's other Israelite groups that cannot completely understand Babylon the Great. Oh, Mark of the Beast. That right there show you that they can't understand all of the book of Revelation. And then you have the Jeremiahs, Isaiahs, and so forth, Joels. We understand all of that. All right? So, I was watching it yesterday. They asked him a question concerning this imminent attack, getting ready for the attack coming from Iran, because they vowed they're going to attack Israel, and they put U.S. in there. So Joe said, "We're going to back up." Okay, Biden tells Iran not to strike Israel. He put that in there to get this up. And then he walks away. He says, "Oh, we're going to stand by Israel." And that's not the move, son. That's not the move. But you're going to do it anyway, whether you know it or not. And if you don't do it, Nero Caesar's going to do it. This guy's probably Vespasian. We don't know. But we damn sure know that this is Nero Caesar coming back. And I strongly believe he'll come back in the office. But we'll see. But whether he stays, whether there's an emergency, they cancel the election and he stays in office and they push the MOTB, which is a very important prophecy. You should be listening up, Bishop Nathaniel, and you better change your views. But that's all right, because if you're not set up to do it, if the Most High didn't put in your mind to tell the truth, now maybe you honestly don't know. Or maybe you do, and you're paid to, conceal it. And that goes for the leadership of the ISUPK. Now, the Sakari, they know that the chip, Mark of the Beast, is a chip. I mean, GMS is posted children for the Mark of the Beast being a chip. Everybody going to say the same thing, pretty much something. In other words, oh shit, GMS was right. They're going to say something to that, oh wow, GMS is right. GMS is going to be back on top again. So you can understand. They're going to say, man, GMS is right. Nepal Shadar, she's going to say, I already knew that, and I said GMS was right. Or something to that effect. Then, what's his name? Sarnetta, he going to say, yeah, there is a Mark of the Beast, because she said it. Not because he saw it. She said it. Just like the grape thing. Anyway, forgive me for ranting. So anyway, he says, no matter what, we're going to back up Israel no matter what, which is a stupid move. And then he walks away. He stumbles away. Then they call him back. Then he walks back and he says a couple more words. So he's between a rock and a hard place. But we'll see whether he'll stay, whether the elections will be canceled, whether Nero Caesar comes back into office. And now if Nero Caesar comes back into office, that he's going to be the one that welcomes the missiles. Because Babylon the Great is going to be utterly destroyed by missiles. Okay, I didn't watch this video, but I started it up. And like I said, now I got to make a video on it because the word Babylon came up. Babylon the Great will be dragged into WW3. Like the famous statement that Michael Corleone, played by, what's this guy? Damn. Can't even remember his name. Somebody help me out. It'll come back to me. He said, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. That famous Al Pacino, which he's a Jake. He played the hell out of Carlito. He actually became a Puerto Rican. Anyway, because he's a Jake, so he's good. So anyway, Israel is the one that's going to pull you back in is Israel. The least of the flock. Now we understand. We've been understanding, but now we really understand it. We said there's no doubt with Jeremiah 49, and I believe Jeremiah 50, but Jeremiah 49, we normally go to around about the 20th verse, 20-some odd verse. It says, the least of the flock shall draw them out. You told Netanyahu, you got to stop doing this. You got to pull back. He's doing what he's doing. He's doing what he's doing, all right? Because you know who's running the game. Oh, by the way, I found out that the Economist magazine, that they'll do a front cover in a particular year, and then 5 years it comes to pass. Like the last issue, I guess you call it, of the Economist in 2019 was a whole scenario of all these politicians going to hell, and you had Netanyahu on a hand glider and the Hamas on hand gliders. And what happened? That was in 2019, and it actually took place in October of 2023. So you know what? I found out who owns the Economist. It's the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds own it. They did a cover with the Phoenix, with a bunch of different monies around the world on fire, and a Phoenix emerging, and then they showed the CBDC or the Bitcoin, whatever you want to call it, electronic money. They telling you there's a one world government, and we can see all that. We can see all that crystal clear. As High Priest Ariel would say, crystal clear. So we're in the time of these prophecies. Oh, another thing, somewhere in Texas, there was a earthquake a couple of, 2 days ago, maybe? 2 days ago, 4.3 earthquake somewhere in Texas. Anybody that knows about it, you can put it in the comments. So anyway, you can watch the rest of this. Definitely urge you to watch the rest of this. And after I do this video, I'm going to definitely watch the rest of this. But this is what I did. I first put in the word Babylon the Great. Matter of fact, let me do that. Let me go back to that. And go back to Babylon the Great. Okay, let me do it this way. Babylon the Great. Okay, so the phrase Babylon the Great is found 2 times. Revelation 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth, the filth of the earth. Now, when you break this down numerically in the Hebrew, it adds up to 666. And High Priest Ariel broke it down. And when he broke it down, I said, I don't believe. I think he, when I first came in, but I did it myself. I got a Hebrew, and I still have that same Hebrew New Testament. And I did it his way. It came out 666. I did it a different way, and it still came out 666. Because the Hebrew language, the Hebrew alphabet has numeric value. Here it is, Revelation 18, which is one of my favorite chapters. Very simple chapter, but it says a whole lot. And it's not hard to break down. I love this particular chapter. I got to go through this in the NLT. It said, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Meaning, it's going to become a desert. The only living things in Babylon will be the desert creatures, the Komodo dragons, and the various different animals that live, that thrive in the desert. So now this is also in Isaiah 21. Isaiah 21. Remember, the Bible is written in code, and we have the cheat codes. Okay. F. Let me just put in Babylon. Babylon. Okay, the Most High commands that Babylon be taken. And the Babylon that's going to be taken is this place, the land of Edom. So here it is again, Isaiah 21, verse 9. And behold, here come a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he had broken unto the ground. You know what? Let me go to the 11th verse. It says, oracles about Edom and Arabia. the burden of Duma, he calleth to me out of Seir, a watchman. Now, you know nobody's in Seir. The Edomites are not, holed up in Seir. So modern day Seir would be this place. Actually, Isaiah 34 calls this land the land of Edom. What of the night, watchman? What of the night? The watchman said, the morning cometh, and also the night. If ye will inquire ye, return, come. The burden upon Arabia. It says the Arabians shall not pitch their tents there. So the Arabians, Ishmaelites and so forth, will not have any power. In the forest in Arabia shall ye lodge, and ye travel companies. So when Isaiah received this, of course he thought about Babylon. He was in current Babylon. So he said, I was talking about this Babylon. This was talking about the Babylon that we live in. You know what? Let me start from the top. The burden of the desert of the sea, as whirlwinds in the south pass through, so it cometh from the desert, from a terrible land. A grievous vision is declared unto me. Now the vision of Babylon being destroyed, the ancient Babylon was not a grievous vision. It was a sneak attack. It was a surgical strike. They killed the king of Babylon, and they killed his lords. And then it was the Medes, led by Darius, the Mede, that went in there and they took over. They made Babylon a province. You can read about that. That's also in history. The treacherous dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. Go up, O Elam, which are the Persians. The Persians are the people of Iran. The people of Iran are not Arabs. Oh, they're Arab. No, they're Elamites. Besiege, O Media. That you had the Medes, the ancient Medes that the king at that time was Darius that called for the surgical strike. But the Medes today are the Russians. Go on an ancient map, go to the land of Medes, and north to northeast of that is Russia. That's why they call it Medes, because at that particular time, there was no place called Russia. Russia was mentioned in Ezekiel 38. All the sign thereof have I made to cease. Okay, my heart panted, fearfulness affrighted me. The night of my pleasure with hath he turned into fear unto me. So Isaiah saw the vision of Babylon the Great being destroyed. He's thinking it's talking about, because he's in Babylon. He said, I'm going to die too. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower. Watch in the watchtower. Eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. So now a man that's in the watchtower, he doesn't say, oh, I'm going down, I'm going to get something to eat. No, you eat on the watchtower, because you got to keep the watch until your so-called shift is over. For thus hath Yahweh said unto me, go set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. And we're the prophets, we're the watchmen, and we are the watchmen. So we watch everything on the news, and we filter it through the scriptures for you, for y'all, for you all. And it says, I saw chariots, a couple of horsemen, and he cried, a lion, my lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower. I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. I got to read that again. Because if you doing a prophet, I'm the prophet of the Lord and my 12 tribe sign, and you just disappear for like 6 months or a couple of years, then something big breaks out and all of a sudden you pop out like you never left, you ain't a prophet. It said, and he cried, a lion, my Lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower. When you come into this, you get this job and that's it. You get, I remember there was a security company, and if you needed a little hustle, a job in between jobs, they paid pretty good. I remember when I first went there, I'm signing the application and shit. And this is before I woke up to Israel. I mean, I knew I was an Israelite by my parents, but before I got into the truth fully, I was young. I was maybe just turned 20 or something like that. And I remember I signed the application, and the guy, he looked at the application. He said, "You got the job." He said, "Do you want to start right now?" And how many Jakes you know want to start right now? You got, if you get the job, you happy about getting, you go eat dinner with your girl or whatever, and you happy that you got the job. They gonna pay you this, but then you got a week or 2 weeks or whatever to start working. So you're gonna kind of sleep a little bit more. You know how Jake is, you know how we do. But the only job that said, you got the job, do you want to work right now? I said, hell no, I don't want to work right now. Let me chill out for a bit, you know? But anyway, when the Most High hire you for this security job, you're gonna work right now. You gotta work right now, man. You know, we got some newer brothers in there, and we, for the last couple of weeks, we've been putting them out, you know, in the front and throwing questions at them. But I'll let the young lions get them. I said, okay, y'all got them. Brothers will come out, give me 5 scriptures on this, and give me 6 scriptures on that. And you can see it in their faces. They got the worried look, but they answering. And I told one of the brothers, I said, look, if you act like, because he's very new. He just came in months ago, so we don't expect him to know everything. But you gotta get in that mindset. You gotta cram to get it. So I pulled him to the side and I said, if you approach this truth like you approach a new chick that you had feeling for in the job, and you found out she liked you, and you finally got with her, you happy, man. You know, that's all you thinking about. The first date, you know, how long is it going to take before I, you know, go to bed with her? I'll tell you in this heartbeat. I'm not, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I like you, you know, and you know what this is all about. You know, I don't beat around the bush, so to speak. So it says, but anyway, I said, if you take that attitude, like you got to find a fine ass woman that you always like, and you find out she likes you, and she likes you just as much as you like her, that's all. Anything you do, you thinking about her. So that's how you got to approach the scriptures. That's what the Song of Solomon is all. Song of Solomon, the book, the Songs of Solomon, is all about the truth. But he's presenting it to you as a woman to a man, or him playing a part. By the way, Solomon was a Shulamite woman. All right? So when he became the Shulamite woman, the spirit of the Shulamite woman, he was talking to this, singing to the man. But when he became a man, he was singing to a woman. You know? I would bring you to the house, and I would give these spice wine, and you suck on my mama's breast, and so forth, which means the truth. You should not be despised. So that's all. So don't try to go in the Song of Solomon. That is going to get you caught up, unless you know that it's parables talking about the truth and the Most High and how much he loved the truth. Anyway, I'm sorry. So then he cried, a lion, My Lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower. So when you get this job, they put you on the watchtower, and you got to stand there in the daytime. And we do videos in the day, and I am set in my ward whole nights. So you're still there. You're in your ward. You're doing the job. So this is like, let me look up the word ward. When you go to prison, you're a ward of the state. That's why when you get raped or violated, you can sue the state. Because they're supposed to protect you. Let me look up the word ward. Ward. Mashmarath, guard or charge, function, obligation. Right, you're obligating. Service. This is a service that you're doing for the Most High. Watch, guard. Keeping, preserving. Right, we're preserving the truth by teaching it. So that's what that means. And I am set in my ward, watch, whole nights. So sometimes the spirit get on you, you can't go to sleep. You wake up 3 in the morning, you can't get to sleep. And an idea come to you, you do a video on it. I've did videos, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning. When I get up in the morning, I expect to do a video. If the spirit ain't on me, I get mad. And then after I do that video, I'm like, pray that the Most High put the spirit on me to do a video later and maybe to do two more videos. And behold, here come a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. Answer said, Babylon, Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen. Graven images. So you have a special. What did Alonzo say to Hoyt? You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two, so keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. Because you're taking it in, and you're in a privileged position. This is the most important person to the Most High. Orson Welles said that. It's the prophet. He's God's man, as he said. So let me come back over here. I'm rambling, but I believe it's making sense. So I put in the word Babylon. Babylon. And these people, they watch us. Trust me, they watch us. The government watches. They know about the Hebrew Israelite thing. And they know that we have, well, in the back of their mind, they're like, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope that what they're saying is not true. But a lot of them are bugging out. A lot of them got to lay on that couch and talk to that shrink. A lot of them are having dreams. A lot of them come home and their children are having dreams. And it's bugging them out. And the walls are closing in on this devil. That's a topic right there. The walls are closing in on this devil, like this guy, Biden. The walls are closing in on this devil. So these precepts that I'm passing are mostly talking about the actual Babylon, the ancient Babylon. Okay, this is talking about ancient Babylon, but it's also talking about this Babylon, by the rivers of Babylon. We said that's what they did, and with the same thing. Let me open this up. I'm gonna read the whole chapter, which is a short chapter. Not experience of the captivity by the rivers of Babylon. There we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Now, who is weeping when they remember Zion? The elect, the ones that have been tapped on the head. So you find out you're an Israelite, you find out there's a kingdom for you, and you want the kingdom to hurry up and come. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for they that carried us away required of us a song. Now in slavery, if you can play an instrument and sing, you had talent, the slave master put you up there and play, and he'll go to other plantations with his his slave to play music, and he'll make money off of that. Required of us a song. So we shouldn't be singing in this goddamn place. And they that wasted us, required us mirth. Be happy. You want to get a good job? Put a smile on your face. Saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If the only song we're singing is the destruction and what the scriptures say. Revelation 14. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning, her skill. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. You got these comedic people, you got Jake and General that don't want to wake up to this. So the Most High is just going to get rid of them. Going to throw out the garbage. The refuge. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom. Now, why did they say Edom? Number 2 reasons. In the ancient Babylonian captivity, was the Edomites that were working in tandem with the Babylonians and killing some of us. When you go to Obadiah 1, and it's also in, what is it? I think it's Ezra's chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can put it up. So Edom was messing with us back then, and Edom is in the power seat right now. So now Psalms 137 refers to now. Children of Edom, the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation thereof. That was back then. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Now, it went from Babylon to daughter of Babylon, right? Let me see. Here's the 8th verse. It says Babylon, right? Right here. It says Babylon, first verse. But then it says daughter of Babylon. That's a different Babylon. The daughter of Babylon is this place right here. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed and utterly destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes his little ones against a stone. Now, his little ones being a dash against a stone is the missiles hitting them, but also in the kingdom. If we want to, swing them, we can do that. But it's talking about, we're going to be happy when these people get, hit on the top of the head, so to speak. So let me come on back. Isaiah 13:1. Isaiah thought that was talking about ancient Babylon. He was in the midst of ancient Babylon along with Jeremiah and many prophets. The burden of Babylon, which the son of Isaiah is to see. And you can read that whole chapter, which I'm not going to do. 19 verse, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees' excellence shall be as when God, the Most High, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened with Sodom and Gomorrah? Go to Genesis 19. They were hit with fire and brimstone. That didn't happen to ancient Babylon. Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? the golden city cease. So we're saying that right now, when Joe Biden made the statement, we're gonna back up Israel. So we're saying, yeah, you guys got a little country telling y'all what to do. You're telling this guy stop doing. You're ordering Benjamin Netanyahu not to do it. Pull back. You're gonna make matters worse, and he's doing what the hell he's want to do. And you're saying, but if he does it, we're gonna back him up. The least of the flock shall draw them out. So you're gonna be a part of this thing, and you're gonna be led into this war of Armageddon, whether you like it or not. You're gonna try to negotiate. You're gonna offer money. That's in Isaiah 13. This right here is talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about this Babylon. How do we know that? Old virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit down on the ground. That's why, look, I went to the store. I got some toothpaste. You got like the pharmaceutical, the aspirins and the health, pills and all that. And the shelves, certain things, they have maybe one box of this thing, maybe a couple of boxes of the other thing. I remember prior to 2019, prior to 2019, you go to the store, the shelves were full of stuff. If you want to buy 10 things, you can buy them, and there's still things there. Since really 2020 up until now, you have a lot of shortages. Not going to go too much longer. Let me go to Isaiah 48, verse 20. Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans, with a voice of singing, declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Ooh, I didn't know that was in there. Utter it even unto the end of the earth. What is at the end of the earth? The West, North Central and South America, and Canada. What's smack in the middle of that? The Babylon the Great, America. So it says, declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Because the salvation is going to come from the end of the earth. Say ye, Yahweh have redeemed his servant Jacob. A lot of these people in the background, the government, they're saying we're crazy, we're bugged out, the normal average person. But the super elite, they know that prophecies are being fulfilled. Ezekiel chapter 37, another one of my favorite chapters. I love that chapter. It says a whole lot. I mean, you can go to Ezekiel 37, and you can do a video, 3-4 hour video on that. There's so many turns. Same thing with Revelation 18. Same thing with Isaiah 13, Isaiah 14, Jeremiah 49, 50, 51, Joel 2. It's crazy, man. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. This is talking about ancient Babylon. Sometimes it's talking about the daughter of Babylon. So you have to have that eye salve. Okay. See, now this is going, I didn't want this to go that long, but okay, right here, Jeremiah 29:10. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished. Now we know that this is talking about ancient Babylon. Bear me for a minute. Okay, so Jeremiah 49, king of Babylon, seated and concerning the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, shall smite the Lord. We know that this 49 is talking about this time, the time we're living in. But Jeremiah saw these prophecies while in ancient Babylon. Okay, Jeremiah 51, the word of the Lord, Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. That's talking about now. This goes hand in hand with Matthew 24, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. It's talking about this Babylon. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flock. That goes into the touching on their wilderness. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of nations. That's the Soviet Union coming back together, and other nations that are behind it, which China is actually right now behind Russia. Great nations from the North Country. And the North Country, uttermost northeast is Russia, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. The arrows, ICBM missiles, shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. So, now the scriptures say in Revelation 9, about the 16th verse, I'm not going to go to it, it says, it speaks about the missiles, and John wrote it down. He compared them as being like horses, horsemen, and their heads like lions, and what their heads do, they do hurt. He didn't know what it was, and then he mentioned hell as a weight of a talent, which is about 100 pounds. These are your nuclear warheads. So this is what Jeremiah is seeing, the same thing that John saw and wrote down. North Country. America's north of America is Canada, but it's talking about northeast. Because Russia is more north than Canada. And that's a vast country, man. It's a big country. So, you can go to Revelation. Let me come over here. I'm sorry, let me do this. I'll be here all day reading all these precepts. Daniel 2, we know that's talking about ancient Babylon. We know Zechariah 2 verse 7 is talking about this Babylon. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. We know that that's not talking about ancient Babylon. Nazariah and them, they were saying Babylon the Great is the Vatican City, the church in Vatican. And they never gave the answer. So one of them did. And I looked this up. I said, that's talking about actual Babylon. You had Israelites living in Iraq at that time. That's why they're back in the world. There it goes again. This is we read this in Isaiah 21. Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Like they're pushing on African states to pass laws to protect Mos. That's the fornication. Has nothing to do with the chip, but they're going to give them the chip. The ones that don't accept those laws to protect moles, they're going to accept the chip because it's based upon if you want to involve yourself in the world economy, you have to take the chip. We said it. Anyway, right here. Cry with a strong voice saying Babylon the Great is fallen, becoming a desert. Which we already know. Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon, which is Joe Biden's country. See, what they should do is call a meeting and offer us all kind of money to get the truth, and then we'll tell them how much you gonna give us. We'll give you $1 billion to get the truth. I said, give me the $1 billion. So what's the truth? Watch our videos. Thank you. Good night. That's it. And don't fuck with us, because the Most High may come sooner. You buying time right now, you damn devils, and you are going down. That's a given. You are going down. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.